This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinesmusichut.com. Hi, how you doing? It's Muscle here, and this is another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast. And tonight, we have a very, very, very special guest in the building. We're talking about a tour DJ. We're talking about a producer. You know who we have in the building tonight? We have DJ Young Legend in the building tonight. What's good, my brother?
What's going on, G?
I'm
Much
great,
respect for having me here, you know what I mean?
All the time. Thank you for coming through.
Oh, of course, man. This is like Two Line Music Hut. I need to make sure the people understand the severity of what's happening right now. Like Two Line Music Hut, you can't talk about the entertainment industry or any of the club parties and not hear about Two Line. Like that's just making sure the people don't know what's really happening.
Working, okay, you know what I mean? Trying to make sure that that's what we want, an entertainment juggernaut. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. So thank you for coming through, and let's get into the business here.
Let's go to it.
So this is DJ Young Legend, your tour DJ for the one and only Peter Jackson, right?
That's right. That's right.
How did that even come about? How did you meet Peter in the first place?
It was kind of a weird thing where he just I met him through somebody else. Okay. And then I guess he kind of came to one of the parties that I was playing at, and then we just kind of linked up from then, and then we're just going through the talking phases about, we got to do this, we got to go on the road or whatever. But at the time, I was still focused on doing the club stuff. I hear you. So it was kind of on a back burner. And then maybe rewind to about maybe 4 years ago now. That's when we kind of pulled the trigger and just went on just a little solo run just to test the waters, because he kind of wanted to I was still feeling him out, and he was still feeling me out to see how, because as a DJ and an artist there has to be a chemistry. 100%. You know what I mean? Not everybody can work with everybody. You know what I mean? So that first run was kind of just to see how well we would work together. You know what I mean? We did rehearsals and all that. So we went on a little solo run. This was 4 years ago, just to test the waters, and then boom, here we are. I didn't even realize it's been that long. I thought it was probably about 2 years or so. It's 4 years now.
Wow.
It's been a minute.
Time is moving.
I know, right?
Wow. We're going to get back to that situation. But what I should have really asked you was, you as a DJ, you're the first DJ I'm speaking to that didn't actually come in from the record era. All right? You started, where did you start, CDs, or you started Serato?
Perfect. Okay. I want to answer that question. So I came in right when the CD situation was booming, right? Yeah. I started, the basement parties, because I'm from I'm from Malvern, and then I moved to Brampton, right, in 2000, early 2000, and there was a series of basement jams, and that's when I first started seeing the DJs working with the CD players, and you know what I mean? I'm not talking about the Pioneer thing. I'm talking about the Denons. Talking about the Denons. Yes.
All in one.
Yes, the all in one pieces. So from then I was like, boy, this is really cool. You know what I mean? They're taking out CD. All right, put in the next CD. Boom, select the tracks, and boom, you know what I mean? So from then, that's how I kind of seen what I wanted to do, you know what I mean? And from then I was hooked, you know what I mean, right away. Yeah.
Do you remember any DJ or any song in particular that you've seen doing something that you liked?
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, I went to school with the late DJ Two Touch, you know what I mean? R.I.P. R.I.P. And he was the DJ in high school. He did all the school dances. And from then out, and he only lived a block away from me. So I'd always go to his house and, you know what I mean, mess around with his gear that he had. And I'm like, oh man, I need to get some gear of my own. You know what I mean? So I save up and, try and go buy some equipment and start fooling around with it. And then I link up one of my next boy, Terrell, I went to school with. And we started doing our own little basement parties, because his dad had a sound system at the time. So that's why I kind of,
that's where it came in. So you started actually playing CDs then. You didn't start on Serato.
No.
Yeah. Walk us through the process of a CD DJ, because with record DJs, they would come to the record store, everybody would gather, and everybody.
Of course.
As a CD DJ, I want to know your process.
Okay, so I don't know. Well, of course you know, but some of the young youths, Limewire. Okay, you know how I was gonna go there. Right? I remember, you know, going on the family computer, and going on Limewire, trying to get all the latest rhythms. You know what I mean? You got to get the rhythms together. Okay, so if you know the party's Saturday night, you got to make sure you get your rhythms together. So I make sure I check, okay, what's the latest cartel? What's the latest this? What's the latest that? And download the MP3s, and you got to put it on the CD, label it. You know what I mean? And then I started getting good at it. So I had a big case when the top, you know, when the case that open and close.
Yes.
And I had the little things. And, oh boy. And I had them all organized, right? So from alphabetic, you know, this rhythm to that rhythm. I was, right? So then that's how I started doing it. Prepare, okay, so cool. This is the latest rhythm came out. All right, boom, I'm gonna bust this at the party. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was the process.
That's so crazy. So, but again, you didn't get a chance to really link with other DJs and exchange music at the record store. So it was more
that was
and the computer screen.
Yeah, that was kind of like the early startup of like the online thing where like there was Limewire and there was T.Wire.
Yes.
So I will be talking to other people on T.Wire and like, yo, you have this new tune that came out, So that's kind of how
got you.
Yeah, and then YouTube started coming out, right? And then that's how some of the videos started getting posted. The music videos started getting posted on YouTube, like you know Sizzler and you know what I mean? So that's like, okay, you have to get that tune, right? But even then, when you go on Limewire, download tunes, sometimes 3 or 4 of them might be bogus. So you have to listen. You have to listen to the tune and make sure there's no drops or nothing in the middle of the tune, right? So at the time, I remember DJ Clue, right?
Yep.
His stuff was crazy on Limewire. So you might get a song and then be like, DJ Clue, Desert Storm mixtape, right? So
halfway in the song.
Halfway through the song, right? So you have to be careful. Make sure you listen to the whole tune first before you download it.
Wow, those times were so crazy. So again, your experience would have been different than the record store guys, where they're seeing face to face, but instead of face to face, you're doing everything on the computer.
On the computer, everything was on the computer, and it's like, you know, I started putting CDs together and like giving them away at school, or mixtapes at school, labeling them with a marker and giving them out. And that's kind of how I started to get the vibe, like, okay, I see he's wicked, you know what I mean?
For sure.
So that's kind of how the vibes kind of started.
Make sure, and was DJ Young Legend always your name, or what was your first DJ name?
It was kind of always that. Like, it was Legend, or then the Young Legend kind of came together. And it was crazy because, like, when I first started, like, I want to say like 2001 or something like that.
Okay.
There was another legend from the States.
Yeah.
And then once Instagram kind of started buzzing, and I got the name first. He couldn't pick that name.
Yeah.
So he actually started messaging me. He's like, yo, you can't have that name.
What do you mean I can't have it?
Like we were kind of, I was like warring with this guy that I didn't even heard of. It's crazy.
Yeah. Just like that.
Just like that.
Okay, so then where did you even get the name from? How did you get the name in the first place?
Like, I don't know, like everybody was just, oh, yo, you know, that's a young boy, you know what I mean? That's a young sweet boy. So I'm like, you know, what's cool? We'll put something together, you know what I mean?
That's how you...
Then I started labeling the CDs, and I'm like, okay, Young Legend, boom, and then that was it. Just ran with it.
You see, because a lot of people, they usually have a little funny first name that doesn't stick, and then they come with the one that sticks. Where was some of the early clubs where you really started to get your feet wet in DJing?
I'll probably say like the earliest thing that I can remember is I used to do this. Okay, so you remember Brampton now? Yeah. Early 2000s. I used to sneak into this club called Trilogy.
Yeah, I know. Big club.
I used to sneak into Trilogy.
Yeah.
And then there was another venue. It wasn't a club, it was a banquet hall. I don't remember the name off the top of my head right now, but I used to have parties like Dirty Fridays, Dirty Sundays. And I used to sneak in there and play tune with my cousin at the time, who was a DJ from Mississauga. He used to do some sick community room parties in Saga. Yeah, like
what's his name?
Sean. He used to do some sick parties, and I used to follow him. And you know what I mean? And eventually I ended up in, you know, these parties, the banquet hall, and start playing tune, you know what I mean? Start putting CD and boom, select tune and play it, you know what I mean? Watch everybody go crazy.
Just like that. Wow, that's big right there. The fact that you never know which way you're gonna go.
You never
once
know.
you start playing the music.
Trust
you know
me.
what I mean? Because what were the aspirations behind playing? Did you want to become a tour DJ? Did you want to? What do you want to do when you started playing music?
At the time, to be honest, I just wanted to like, it was fun. You know what I mean? Like, it's just something that I enjoyed doing. Like, I just enjoyed like putting on the right tune and just seeing everybody react and vibe. You know what I mean? And be around all the older guys that you know what I mean, that's been doing it for a long time, and just rubbing shoulders and say, "Yo, that's a young man."
What would be some of those DJs that you're talking about? You're rubbing shoulders with?
So like once I actually got into like the club flex, I started rubbing shoulders with like people with like DJ Ritz.
Yes.
So I rubbed shoulder with him. I ran into Starting From Scratch a few times. Yeah, like, and these are people that I kind of look up to. I'm like,
for sure,
boy, man, I want to try and do, imitate in some type of form what they're doing.
No, they're wicked.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
So yeah, for sure.
And then that's where it really started to take off.
Yeah, that's where it kind of took off. And then, but I always wanted to like somehow put my own type of stamp and spin on it somehow. You know what I mean? So I could kind of create my own thing. You know what I mean?
And how important was putting out mix CDs for you? How important did you find that?
Oh, super important. I mean, like, I feel like your mix CD is almost like your business card, 100%. Basically. You know what I mean? Like, and that's one thing that I try to like stress to people. Like, if I can't do it live, you're not gonna hear it on the CD. You're gonna hear what I can do on the CD, what I can do live. Because there's a lot of people, I'm not gonna say the name, that put out CD and the CD sound wicked, you know. And then you hear them live and you're just like, weird. You know what I mean? Something not really add up, you know what I mean? So I always try to literally record myself as if I was playing in front of people, you know what I mean? And that's what I want, right? I want people to hear and say, yo, CD man, you know, all right, cool, he's at this place, all right, I'm far with it. You know what I mean?
It makes sense.
It makes the most sense.
It's a business card.
It is. It's a business card, you know what I mean? So you got to treat it in a way where, you know, that's your stamp. So, and like the first early mixtapes that I heard, was like, well, from your spot, like, you know, every you know, Jamaican uncle has that, you know, the Astro van with the silver rims and the tinted out with a Kappa girl, you know what I mean, a Jamaican flag. And the first earliest CD I heard was a DJ Kenny CD.
Okay.
And it was from there. And I heard the sound effects and all the time. I was like, what is this sick, you know? So that's how I started. So, okay, I want to make one of those.
Because your production, I like your production. It's lively.
You
know what I mean? You scratch, you effects, you mix the right songs. That's what I like with your mix CDs. You know what I mean? How many CDs do you think you have on?
Right now, probably online, I probably have at least 50. Like, it's quite a lot, like, over the years. But, like, what I've been trying to do now is I've been trying to really control the quantity of content and really focus on the exclusiveness of it. You know what I mean? Instead of just rinsing out a bunch of CDs. Like, if I wanted to, I'd put a CD out every week, right? But I find with doing that is what you don't want to do is you want to keep it exclusive. You don't want to repeat, you know what I mean? So what I do is I tend to wait like every quarter or every couple of weeks and wait until I have enough new content, and then drop a CD. You know what I mean? That way it keeps the people up to date. You know what I mean? Okay, boom, I'm getting a Legend CD because I know new tunes are on it.
It makes sense.
I mean? You know what I mean? And it's not just me. Like, I'm speaking for other people because like I get girls or people that message me, like they take the CD after the party or whatever, and I'm like, boy, I've been playing the CD for a minute. When's the next one?
No, and that's what it's for. You want them to call, you want them to follow, you want them to come to the party. That's part of it.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course. And that's why, like, even doing the promo CDs for parties, I'm very selective on which ones that I do because mainly because I want to make sure the branding is in line with what I'm doing. And I want to make sure that I have creative control over the CD. Like, there's a lot of times where sometimes the promoter be like, all right, but why don't you put this tune and this tune here? I'm like, well, I could put it on there, but mix wise it doesn't make sense. Like,
you're hiring me, let me do my thing.
Right, let me do the job, let me mix it up properly, and then okay, cool. You know what I mean? So
makes sense because you brought up something, branding. How important is branding and marketing of yourself to you?
Oh, bro. Well, first of all, it's a business, right?
100%.
Like, don't get me wrong. I love what I do, but I always treat it as a business. And branding is so key especially in the new year, it's just like people are just popping up left, right, and center that want to like. I don't even like. Sometimes I look at some of these flyers and I don't even know half of these people. It's no disrespect, crazy, but it's just like everybody's popping up left, right, and center. So now you have to make sure that your brand is strong enough that you can still stand above water.
Yeah.
And with all these people that's coming up. You know what I mean? Like when I was coming up in this game, I was like, okay, there's the top 5 DJs that's playing right now. Okay, cool. I want to figure out how I can get in there somehow. You know what I mean?
Be either number 6 or if number 5 dropped out, you somehow put yourself in there.
But now it's like, okay, cool. I try to associate myself in that group as much as possible. But now it's like there's another 20 people behind me. You know, and it's just like, where is everybody coming from? You know what I mean?
It's serious, right?
But you know what I blame? You know what I blame it on? To be honest with you, technology.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's a gift and a curse.
Just as we're talking about coming up in the CD game, now it's you just download a 1-2 tune and put it on your laptop and get a little thing and
you're a DJ.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
No, I forgot where I went. I was somewhere downtown and I literally seen these guys standing up with a laptop. And they were playing just one song when it faded out. Then they're playing the next one when it faded out.
Yeah.
The next. What are you guys doing?
For real.
What are you guys doing?
You know, and it's crazy that you say that because, you know, from a promoter standpoint now, you know, like I'm blessed to have worked with a good string of promoters. Of course, you get the 1-2, whatever. It's part of the business. Game. But you know, from their point of view, they're looking at it as okay, we can get so and so for this.
Yeah.
And he's going to do a good job. Or I can get so-and-so that's not going to cost much.
Yeah.
Whatever. And whatever, it's still going to happen. So now you have to battle with that too. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, you got to make sure that your branding, again, is strong enough where you don't have to worry about that. Like, they can just look, okay, yeah, he's done this, da-da-da, it's a good look. Cool, let's just score that guy.
Clearly, you're the guy to go to.
Yeah.
Brandon, what kind of stuff do you do to actually brand yourself and make you stand apart from everybody else?
Okay, well, social media, crazy. I find that social media has, like, I figured out the way to really maximize the use of it. You know what I mean? When it comes to promotion for events and just showing everybody where I'm at, like that's something that's kind of really set me apart from a lot of other people.
Yeah.
And then of course just going back to the hard stuff, you know what I mean? Like the CDs and the business cards, and like I'm still like, I don't want to say old school. I still do that. You know what I mean? I still do that. So it's like, you know, I find that to be very important, and also even when I'm out, like, you know what I mean, like I got you know, decals on my laptop, I got logos and sponsors and all these things, like, you know, so when the pictures go up, you know, from the party, that's out there, you know what I mean? And it's a subconscious thing,
of course,
you know?
it doesn't matter if it's way in the back somewhere,
but they know it, though.
But it's there.
I've had people, like, when I've been to other cities, people send me a picture with just like, oh, I saw that, I knew that was you, you know what I mean?
And it's so small. But how did you even know that?
Right, but that's what I'm saying. That's just a testament to the branding, you know what I mean? So that's very important.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
Because if you weren't Brandon, I don't think you would have got to the level where you are right now to be on tours and all of these stuff here.
No way.
You know what I mean?
You just fall through the cracks, you know what I mean, and just be something that's really good that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And there's a lot of those.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
A lot of great talent, but they don't put in the work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got a lot of people that's okay, but they put in the work. So then that's going to really balance off right there. Nah, man, that's really big. You're talking about the exclusive. That's why you wait to put out your CDs and stuff.
Yeah.
Before we started talking, you actually told me something.
Yes.
That you're now producing.
Yeah.
All right. I see you.
Yeah. I'm double dipping.
Yeah. Listen, we're trying to quadruple dip. You're talking about double. Yeah. We're trying to 10 dip right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. I just, like, over the years, like, I've been dibbling and dabbing in it, and, you know, trying, you know, get things to sound right. But, like, this year, I'm actually gonna really, like, start putting out singles, and I've been talking with my guys on 90 Nickel, Peter Jackson, the whole team. We've been talking about actually putting out like an actual album, like an EP with, you know, featured Canadian artists with U.S. artists and just putting out singles, you know what I mean, and just testing the waters and see how that's going. So that's why I've kind of been doing like low key under wraps, has really been working on that aspect of it, apart from just DJing and playing other people's music, which is great.
Of course.
But like I wanted to actually get into the studio and work with somebody, say, okay, let's make this song, let's cut it, you know what I mean? So, and that's something I experienced when on the last run that I went with Fetty Wap. Like, we were in the studio like a bunch of times where, I mean, so we're in the studio a few times where, you know, I actually got to like share some of the beats that I made and you know, see the reaction. You know, these guys would just be freestyling off the top over beats that I made. Like, couldn't record it just yet. But, you know what I mean? But that just goes to show like, okay, I have something going on here. Now I just need to push it the right way and then off and running.
That's smart. What you say you got Freddie? You had Freddie in the studio. You guys were vibing
Fetty Wap in the studio and his brother, because we were on the road with Fetty Wap, Remy Boy Monty, and a few of the other guys in the squad. And we were just like, just after the show, just end up in the studio or whatever, and just be recording songs. And like, I got a chance to share music, whatever, and just see what they're feeling. And I'm just like, oh start freestyling. You know what I mean? So like, once I did that, I was like, okay, I gotta really like take this seriously and really push it, you know what I mean?
Run with it. Would you say we might see Fetty Wap production by you?
I would like to say so. I think it's definitely a possibility. I mean, there's a lot of if you want to call it red tape, you know, there's labels.
Of course,
get everything cleared and everything. But definitely, like, and it's not just him. Like, we're talking like a lot of other artists that are on the docket to tour with this year. Like, that I really want to get a chance to say, okay, I have some beats, I have some this. Let's get in the studio. And you know what the cool thing is about these guys is like, when you build that kind of camaraderie with these guys when you're on the road, because it's like you're living with these people.
Of course, because remember, this is sometimes a month, 6 weeks and stuff. It's like,
and it's like, with that being said, they're more open to just jump in the studio and record something for you without even, okay, I gotta call a manager, I gotta do all this. You know what I mean? Yo, let's just we're here. Yo, let's cut it up. You know what I mean? So
you know, sometimes the best way to really get in production-wise would be to put out a mixtape. You know what I mean? You might put out like when Future and was it Metro Boomin or Esco? Future and Esco, they put out their mixtape and stuff. So sometimes, it's not an official album release. So sometimes, you know what? We're on the road for this long. Let's do 6, 7, 8 songs and just put it on the internet.
Just put it out
and see where it goes. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's a possibility also.
It definitely. You know like, I have some stuff that I'm going to be put, like you guys, I was coming in here, I was working, I was working, you know what I mean? I was putting something together, you know what I mean? So you can see something drop in a little while.
What do you use to produce? When you're producing, what do you like to use?
It's a combination. I love Logic. Because I'm an Apple guy by default. But I also fool around with Fruity Loops. You know, I think that's kind of like standard for everybody. And then I just kind of started playing around with Ableton Live only because there's some sick connections that you could do with live DJing with Serato. Like there's like a bridge where you can record something and put it in Ableton and edit it live and put it back into some crazy stuff. So start playing around with that.
So you're a real techie too. You like technology. You love all of it.
I really like going to like old recording studios that still have like the old analog mixers, the compressors and all that stuff, because I find there's like a different sound.
100%.
There's a sick sound that you can, and then if you can mix that with the digital, you can create something amazing.
Yeah, it's more warm. You see, digital is good, but it's very sharp.
Yeah, it is. It's very accurate. You know what I mean? But with analog, there's like a little bit of room to like kind of play around with.
It's crazy. Know you're touring and you're working with Peter Jackson. Peter's a big man. That's my brethren here. Big up Peter Jackson. I mean, family. When it comes to other Canadian artists, who do you see on the come up right now doing their thing? There's a lot of them, you know, boss.
You know, and it's crazy because like, it's so hard to pick one person per se, but because everybody, like, there's so much sound out of Toronto, and whenever I get an opportunity to talk to people from the States or family members or whatever, they always say that. Like, yo, you guys have some stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, bro, you have no idea. You know what I mean? But like on the come up right now, I got to shout out my guy Presser by default. 100. I got to shout out my guy Presser. I was just talking to him the other day.
Okay.
And apart from that, you know what I mean, I got to shout out my guy Black of the Dawn.
100.
Some sick music just dropped with one of my guys. And of course, I got to shout out my next guy out of Parma Media. My guy D Money coming up. But like, those are just stuff off the top of my head. You know what I mean? If I were to really dig into the crates, there's so much more content that it just comes out like out of nowhere. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's crazy because like rappers will send me stuff, and then I don't even get a chance to listen to it. But then when I do, I'm like, yo, you just sent me some fire. And they're gonna call them. I'm like, what are you doing? You know
it's different right now. The videos, the sound, the look, it's different right now.
Yeah, like my guy Rubber Band Rock, shout out my guy Rubber Band Rock, Young Thousandaires. He just dropped a sick video for his new song Spacey that just dropped, and that's gonna be on the project that we're dropping. Okay, but like even that, like it's technology has allowed everybody to literally create stuff that maybe years ago you would have to go through like 8 people to do. Like 100%. He just dropped this crazy music video, and I'm watching the visuals. I'm like, oh, it's just like, where'd you record this? Like, this is crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And for all you know, it could be with an iPhone and 2 little man, and then you have this crazy video.
Yeah, man.
How about the females now? Who are some females, whether they're hip hop or R&B? Some females in the industry that you see? Okay, yeah, they're hot right now.
Right now, if I have to pick one, only because she's like consistently been a part of a lot of the events that we do. Shout out Nana Goody from Saga. You already know what it is. She got some sick content coming out, and it's cool because you know there's I wouldn't say there is a lot of female content. Like I get sent stuff all the time, but like consistently, it's all about a consistent. You know what I mean? Like, yo, there's an email. Check your email. Yo, check your email. Check your email. Okay, cool. And then you can see the progression of like the skill level. You know what I mean? You can see the progression of the production. You know what I mean?
You get it.
The finished product, and you're like, oh, you got some stuff going on right now. You know what I mean?
You get it.
Yeah.
Because there's so much. Listen, I'm on all the blogs all the time, all the Instagram, 6 Buzz, Toronto Rappers, everywhere. Yeah. Checking out, and as you look, somebody, like, holy smokes.
Yeah, they're just coming out of nowhere. And you know what? And even this happened to me not too long ago. You gotta actually be careful too as a DJ.
Okay.
Like I don't get caught up in the street beef and all that, but because there's so much artists popping up, you know what I mean? You're getting artists popping up from different hoods now. Okay? And you might not necessarily know which hood is beefing with who, right? So now I'm at the party, I'm doing my thing, and I'm playing. If I find it's hot, and if it was sent to me directly, I'm gonna play it. You know what I mean? Period. You know what I mean? If you're in the club or not, it doesn't matter because it's a vibe, right? So I'm playing a record, you know what I mean, by an artist. Boom, it's going off, whatever. So I get a reaction. Cool, I'm gonna ride that. You know what I mean? Boom. Then I put on the next record that's hot. That group quiet down. And then the next group start hyping up. Yeah. So now my brethren, and I always, whenever I go to parties, I usually walk like 3 or 4 guys. Right? I use them as my eyes. You know, sometimes they'll see stuff that I don't see. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. Boom. So I ride that for a little bit. Then I get one guy, then I put on the next tune. That group start hyping up again. So my guy comes, the next guy comes up to me, he's like, yo, you need to turn that off. And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean turn that off? What do you mean? He say, yo, we don't move with those guys. We don't move with those guys. You turn that off. I said, hold on a second. I said, hold on a second. So the music's playing, right? I'm talking to this guy while it's happening. I'm like, bro, first of all, you can't come up here and like tell me like switch off tune. Like, we're not doing that. You know what I mean? That's not how I do business.
It's
you know what
not
I mean?
That serious.
And now one of my brethren there, he's like, he starts hearing what's happening. He starts getting upset, like, yo, why you bothering the man? Like, he's trying to do his job. You know, I'm trying to vibe. You know, everybody's drinking, whatever, having a good time, and you're trying to mess up the thing, right? Yeah. So his next brethren that I knew the same guy that came up to me to try to turn off the music, whatever, his brethren came up to me, and I didn't even know it was him at the time. He came up to me, he's like, grabbed this guy, he's like, yo, what are you doing? What are you trying to buy? Yo, you know who that is? That's legend. You're embarrassing me right now. So the man had to slap me on 1, 2, yo, hold this $2 because I'm embarrassed, like, my bad, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? But but the thing is, like, sometimes, like, I don't even know, like, there's so much stuff happening in Toronto right now, like, I can't keep track of who's beefing with who. You're not concerned with that. No, like, if you send me a record and it's good and I like it, I'm gonna play it because I feel that it should be in the rotation, you know what I mean? But I can't keep track of who's fighting with who or whatever.
That has nothing to do with you whatsoever.
That plays no bearing on the event. If you're on the spot, it shouldn't be about who else is in there. If you're with your peoples, turn up. You know what I mean? And somebody else is over there, who cares? It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I've had one time in a party, there was like 8 different hoods in there. And I know some of them are warring with each other, but because I'm in there and I'm holding it down, nobody's gonna do anything. Everybody's vibing with each other. You know what I mean? And that's all that matters.
And that's how you gotta have it. You know what I mean? Because the city's crazy right now.
It's hot right now. You know what I mean? It's like the city's hot right now, and you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
You know
it's like, wow. Yeah. So you as a DJ, all right, I'll ask you, how do you know what's a banger? What does a banger sound like to you? What's the explain to the people what a banger is.
All right. So for me, I would probably say like a banger is something right off the bat. As soon as I hear the first bar, and because the way I like to take in my music, I wake up in the morning, I go through my emails and see all my submissions, drinking my tea, and I'm sitting there and I'm listening to the music, you know what I mean? Some guys will say, oh yeah, I listen to it, and they didn't really listen to it. Yeah. I listen to the music, you know what I mean? If I'm listening and I'm like, yo, repeat before I even listen to the full song, that's a banger. Because the way I look at it is, send me a song that can mix in with all the other mainstream hot music. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. If I can throw it in a set with whatever's buzzing right now, that's a banger. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's why I always tell people, because they're like, oh, bro, how come you don't play my song? Or how come I'm like, okay, well, you have the skill levels there. Yeah. It's not about skill level. You got to send me the right song. You know what I mean? There's a lot of good music, but it has to be the right song for that specific situation.
Yeah, it makes sense because not everything is that same feel.
No, you know I mean? And you know, and I get people that like, you know, rush me and be like, yo, play this. Yeah. And I'm like, I can't do that. Like, I haven't listened to it. I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? I like to prepare, you know what I mean, ahead of time so everything's proper. You know what I mean?
Because a lot of people just see you up there with your laptop pushing buttons and
they think that's they think it's something simple like, yo, I have a USB, I'll just play this. And I'm like, I can't do that.
It doesn't work that way. Yeah. That's so crazy. So right? No, because I know you're hot in the clubs right now. Yeah. What are the 3 bangers in the club right now?
Oh, Canadian or just man in general?
In general.
In general,
when those come on, it's
a wrap.
Yeah.
Rowdy Rich, Die Young. Yep. Apart from that, 420 Pressa just came out with Lil Uzi. Okay. To pick another one right now off the top of my head, pretty much any Young Dolph song.
Young Dolph is hot right now.
Yeah. But you have to understand, it's like, what's happening right now in the clubs right now, there's like this, before, I'll probably say maybe like a few years ago, it wasn't as hardcore like trap music. Yeah. It was hip hop, but it wasn't like, we're talking like a consistent set of just trap music. It wasn't like that before, you know what I mean? Now it's like, you know, everybody's in there, everybody's popping bottles like crazy, and it's like, that's all they want to hear. They want to stand up on couches, and they want to turn up, and they want to pop bottles, whatever. So now it's kind of like, this is what's required. You know what I mean?
Trap
to keep
music.
It trap music. It's like, before it was like the club owner would be like, no. You know what I mean? No, you got to mix it up. Like, you know, but now it's kind of like, this is what's consisting the majority of these parties downtown is trap music.
Trap music.
Yeah, like it's, if you don't play, it's like a problem.
Yeah. That's crazy. I remember when I was selling music. Yeah. And first it would be the guys, you got in trap, you got in trap, you got in trap. Yeah. Because that was more specialized.
Yes.
And then when you see the girl say, hey, you got trap, you say, hey, you
see
know what?
Right. Yeah. It's a thing now. You know what I mean? And you know, and trap music is associated with money, associated with girls, associated with just turning up. Like that's what it is. You know what I mean? So, you know, those select you know, songs by those artists is like super key. You know what I mean? To make sure that's in there, because you know, once that's in there, you're gonna get a reaction like off the rip. You know what I mean?
Cause from you say Young Dolph is hot like that in the club.
That's crazy.
That's almost, if you told me that a year or two ago, because you know Dolph's been doing his thing. Yeah. If you told me that a year or two ago, I said, what are you talking about? That's mixtape music that they be listening to.
I know. Yeah. But that's what's happened. Like I heard Dolph on the Move like a couple days ago, and I was like, I was driving. It was during the day. It was midday. I was driving. I can't remember where I was going. I think this was I was doing Christmas shopping. Yeah. And I was driving midday, and Young Dolph comes on. I'm like, what is going on? No, this is what's happening now.
No, it's serious.
Yeah.
Even when you're talking about that, that's how I really knew that a lot of things changed. When I went to the mall about, I would say probably 9 months ago, I went, and all you're hearing is all these hardcore songs, and this is on like Virgin, on Moving. I said, hold it. This is what you're playing now? My brethren turned to me and said, yes, this is what pop music is right now. I said, wow. You know what I mean? You never thought you would see that before.
Never. Like it was kind of like slowly trickling in. Like first we'd be like, okay, you can only play maybe 5-10 minutes. Then it's now 20 minutes. Now it's an hour. Now it's the whole night. Now to the point where, you know, some of the parties' reggae music now is a secondary genre to play. It's like, okay, just play 20 minutes of reggae and make the girls dance and then go back to trap music.
And that's crazy from a Canadian standpoint.
I know, before it was reverse. You know what I mean? Now it's the other way around now. This is, they want to hear trap music. You know what I mean?
Because it seems like trap music is the soundtrack to like the stripper lifestyle-y type of things.
And even that, now you say that, that's what's the new wave right now is stripper parties. Just about majority of the clubs downtown have incorporated the stripper aspect into all the parties. And before, it was kind of outlawed. It was kind of like, no, we can't do that. Like, and when I was doing Last Call Mondays at Story for like 3 years strong, we were doing it low key. Like, we just have a poll in there or whatever. It wasn't really something that we promoted too tough, right? But now it's like, fast forward, you know, when I was doing Magic Mondays, you know what I mean, which was like the biggest stripper party on Monday.
Out of my mouth.
Yeah, like that was like, in all honesty, that was like my first stripper party I ever did. And then it just exploded. Now it's like every club has poles in it, like standard. Like
that's when you're walking, you have the controllers, you have lights, and a pole.
Like it's just like it's a standard thing now. It's just like, wow, like how things have changed.
100%. And how do you find Toronto has adopted to that lifestyle there? Because that's usually something out of Atlanta, Miami, a bit of New York. But then now it's really came full force to Toronto. How do you feel that people are really accepting that right now?
Well, keep in mind what they're doing is they're emulating these clubs from the States. Like I've had a club owner tell me straight up, was like, I'm trying to copy Starlets. Like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? But that's the vibe. Like everybody has kind of gravitated to this vibe. Like, okay, go there, you know, throw some ones, you know what I mean, pop a bottle, whatever, listen to trap music all night. Like that's
what it is.
The thing right now. You know what I mean?
That's so. It seems so weird, but again, it's time, and this is just where it's at right now.
And we're talking like, you know, club owners that maybe years ago would never allow that. Like it's a no way. But now it's kind of like, okay, they see one club's doing it, they're popping. I
you gotta follow the money trail,
follow the trend. You know what I mean?
It's
a thing.
Crazy. So you say right now, that's what's hot in the city.
That's what's hot in the city right now. Stripper parties. Like it's a thing right now.
Yeah, because I know whenever I see a lot of the stripper parties and stuff, you're the first name, and sometimes the only name. Because what I find with a lot of those parties, it would be one DJ. You know what I mean? So you just control it all night.
Yeah, sometimes I do, and then now a lot of the other parties now they're incorporating will rotate really like 3-4 guys now. You know what I mean? Because we're starting earlier. You know what I mean? We're not starting at 11 o'clock or whatever. Or like it's popping from like 10 o'clock, 9:30.
That's what's going on right now.
Yeah, like everybody's trying to get there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they want to write the good area by the close to the action. And you want to make sure you get your ones together. You know what I mean? Like it's good from early now. Yeah.
No, that's good. So it's a longer time to enjoy yourself and see what's going on. Wow. That's you know what? I like the fact that you're actually in it and we could talk about it and figure out what exactly is going on. You know what I mean? Let's go to being on the road with Mr. Peter Jackson.
Yes.
All right. What was the first tour you went on with Peter?
The first tour was a solo run with him, just him, and we did a couple of cities just within Ontario. We did like London. We did I think we did Niagara. I'm trying to remember. We did Belleville. We did Ancaster, Barrie. A lot of the smaller cities, right? Because his reach, like fan base, is so big. You know what I mean? So he's like, okay, let's test out Ontario first, and go from there, right? But that was my very first experience touring, and it was just like a real eye opener to see like how things operate on the road. Like it's like a machine. Like you know what I mean? Everybody.
Tell the people, break it down and tell us exactly what it's like.
Okay, well, first of all, the actual DJing part is a very small part. Yeah, and like you're maybe on the stage doing your thing, maybe an hour. You know what I mean? Yeah. But apart from that, there's travel. You got to be here at this time. You got to go to this hotel. You got to be up by a certain time. You got to go rehearsal. You got to go to the radio station. You got to go do an appearance. You got to, you know what I mean? So wherever the artists go, you got to go. You got to go to the studio. Like there's so much stuff that you have to do before you even touch the stage.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And then even after that, sometimes we're off the stage and we're gone to the next city. Gone.
Just like that.
No time to hang around or nothing like that. You got to go. You know what I mean? Yeah.
What was the first artist, the first American artist tour that you've been on?
First one was Riff Raff was the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, was the first.
I know his shows are wild.
So the first tour I went on, that was kind of like me testing the waters, seeing how everything going, and then that tour now, the Riff Raff tour, was just like I couldn't believe like how people outside, like once you go outside of Toronto, outside of Ontario, and you see how people treat these shows, it was just like crazy. Like I'm talking like the whole city's there. Like,
everybody.
It's not a joke. Like the doors open at 8 o'clock. There's a lineup. You know what I mean? Like everybody's there. You know what I mean? And it's like because they're so appreciative of the fact that you've traveled from wherever you're from and you came all the way to my city. Oh, I'm there. You know what I mean? Like that's the attitude. Whereas Toronto, and things like, man, I show up whenever.
Cool. Everybody's cool.
Yeah, everybody's super cool. Out there, no. If you don't show up, you're not gonna get in.
Yeah, it's just that simple. You'll be cool inside the club. Don't try to be cool outside.
Yeah.
Give us some wild tour stories. 3 of your wildest stories on tour. Any artist, any city.
Probably say the wildest one. I mean, there's a few, but one that comes top of my head right away was Riff Raff. I forget which city it was, but somebody just somehow, I don't know how he got on stage. I don't know how he got on stage, but he got on stage and he was like following around PJ at the time. And I don't think PJ even knew he was there. Wow. You know what I mean? Until I'm like, he looked at me, I'm like, there's a guy here. Like, following around. And I'm back here. And I think at the time, the security didn't even realize, like, I think he almost thought he was part of the show. Yeah. Right? Until PJ did one of these, and the security came. Like, I've never seen a guy get rushed off the stage so bad. It was two big guys. Like, we rolled with this big guy named Pete, right? Yeah. He's got like tattoos. Like, he was a very serious guy. Yeah. And he came from like one side of the stage and just body slammed. Get off. But we're still trying to keep the show going, right? Yeah. But at the same time, like, try to take it all in. You know what I mean?
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Just like, give us two more stories.
Another crazy one was, where was he? So we were at this one club. So we went to an after party after the show. This was Sean Kingston.
Okay.
So we were in city called Nanaimo. So it's like you got to take a ferry from Vancouver, to Nanaimo, to the island, and we're gonna show there.
Okay.
So what happened was, do the show, whatever, and I've never seen, like, his fan base is like insane. You know what I mean? Like,
what?
Yeah, like out there.
Yeah. Crazy.
So we had our green room, which was upstairs. So you have a club, you have a stage, whatever. But you got to go, all the way to get there is you got to go through the crowd to get to this green room. And the problem me now is everybody, the show's done or whatever, I still got to pack up. So I'm like the last guy. So I told one of the security, I said, yo, wait for me to get me up there, right? Because, or else I'm not going to, like, I'm going to be stuck here.
Right? You're done.
And everybody's trying to bum rush, trying to get to the stage. Oh, okay, take a picture, whatever. It's cool, no problem, right? But, like, after the show, you just want to sit down for a minute, just catch your breath, try to calm down, and then go into that. So I got stuck there, of course. Yeah. so I'm trying to get to the green room to go upstairs, and the security for the club wouldn't let me in.
Yeah. Listen, I'm part of it.
Like, there's a bunch of girls. There's a bunch of girls, like crazy amounts of girls trying to get in there. And the security's like, oh, no, you can't get in here. I'm like, bro, honestly, like, I'm really trying to, like, get upstairs. I was just on stage. Like, I'm on tour with these guys. Like, you gotta let me up there. Oh, I gotta check with manager or whatever. And then, so the manager comes. I'm like, dude, like, what's going on? Like, we're all up there. Why are you holding me up down here? He's like, oh, who are you? I'm like, I just met you a few hours ago before rehearsal. Like, what are you talking about?
Who am I?
Turns out, I think the owner was drunk or something like that, and he didn't remember who I was. And then the security had to come down, make a big scene to get me up there. And, you know what I mean? After that, I was like, bro, like, honestly, like, you know, we're working together. You're trying to tell me, oh, I don't know who you are. Like, that
tour life, man. Give us one more.
Probably say one of the other craziest stories was, so I'm in my room now, and we lucked out and had all our rooms on the same floor, right?
Okay.
So you know how it is after a party, everybody's after party in the hotel room, drinking or whatever, But for me now, I'm trying to turn in early, try to get a 1-2 sleep before we got to hit the road. But these guys are up all night, right? And this was not Fetty Wap. This was Sean Kingston.
Okay.
Or was it Fetty Wap? I can't remember. One of the two. Yeah. But I'm in the hotel room now, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go to my room, which was next door. Yeah. So there's like 2 other rooms still partying. Okay. So I left, go to my room, whatever, shut the lights or whatever. Yeah. I guess I didn't lock the door properly. So I come out the shower or whatever, and get ready to get into my bed, and whatever, I'm about to knock out. And like 3-4 girls just walk into the room. And one girl's like, oh, is Fetty Wap here? And I'm like, what? First of all, how did you get in here? I'm like, how did you even get in here? Like, I've never seen these girls in my life. Like, I don't know who these girls are from a hole in the wall. I'm like,
what are you doing here?
Bro, I have to walk them out, and I'm like, the party's down there somewhere. Like, I'm make sure I lock my door properly.
Wow! just show up in the room.
They just literally walked in and sat down. Like,
hey, what up?
Yeah, and I'm like under my sheets, going like, what up, man?
You felt violated.
Yeah,
what kind
of
monster
like,
are you?
Yeah.
Wild. Who are some of the artists you and Peter's been on tour with?
So we did Riff Raff, we did Nelly for a couple of shows, we did T.I. for a couple of shows, and then we did the full Sean Kingston run, and then we did the full Fetty Wap run, and this was like in a span of like 4 years.
Wow. Did you guys do Akon also?
I came in right before Akon, like right after Akon was done. That was when I came in, so I missed that one. Yeah, I heard that one was insane.
Crazy.
Yeah,
yeah. So most of the tours you've been on has been across Canada. Did you touch the States yet?
No, not yet. Supposed to, probably this year.
Okay, and I know you guys got a big show, big tour coming up right now with the game.
Yes,
you know what I mean, that's massive. That's big, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Crazy. Yeah, that one is gonna be really good because he hasn't been here in like over a decade. So this is gonna be like, okay, back in Canada, you know what I mean? Let's get going. Like the hype is there, but I think people are still a little bit shaky. They're not sure if he's gonna come. But I think once the video comes out that he's crossed customs and he's here,
totally different.
It's over. It's done.
It's a totally different game because the thing with it, I know you guys pulled off the impossible many times. Like Peter and the company has brought in Mobb Deep.
Yes.
When he when Prodigy R.I.P. had charges. They brought in, I think it was Wu-Tang that they brought. There was a couple more.
Yeah, people said, about Wu-Tang. We did a couple of Wu-Tang shows.
Wu-Tang too.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
How was that?
Okay, well, the first Wu-Tang show that I did was it London? It was one of those cities out that way. Insane.
Insane.
I'm talking like word for word.
Yeah.
Every tune, and I had the pleasure of playing a set right after PJ came off, right before Wu-Tang.
Okay.
So I was holding down the show like right before
until they came on.
Like, and it was like I was playing all the old school records, and I'm talking like there were times where I cut the music and they know every lyric
word for word.
Like I didn't really have to mix. You know what I mean? Like it was just the crowd going off. You know what I mean? And Wu-Tang is so cool. Like I've met Raekwon bunch of times. Like first time I met Raekwon was All-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
And he was at one of my parties I was playing at. And I just ran to him. He's like, yo, the sickest DJ I ever heard since I've been to Canada. I'm like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
And then I seen him again and you remembered me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All the years you remembered. You know
That's how you know it was genuine.
Crazy. Crazy.
Wow. That's big there. It's actual the feeling of playing music. And touching or changing people's lives is amazing. You know what I mean? Do you ever get nervous? What's your feeling like before you start your set? Your true feeling.
Sometimes I get nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like,
of course.
Like right before I know, like, cause there's a schedule, right? So there'll be like a bunch of opening acts, and then I'll be in the green room, and then somebody will tell me, say, okay, 5 minutes, and then once that 5 minutes start, like I'm cool before then. But once that 5 minutes start, man, belly's hurting me. You know, headache's hurting me. I call my girl real quick. You know what I mean? Right? But once I get up there, and it's like they're waiting for you. Like, you know what I mean? And once I get up there, and you can hear the cheering and the chanting and all that, it's like, okay, all that just disappears. You know what I mean? And when I really, like, I experienced it before, but when I really, really experienced it is when I did the Fetty Wap show in Windsor. Okay. And that was, like, at least somewhere like 10,000 people. And that was, like, an experience. Like,
for sure.
Going up there, like, we did the rehearsal before with empty crowd or whatever. And so, whatever. You know, just on the stage, you know, cool, let's get it done. You know, but then once it started to fill up, you're back, you poke your head out a couple of times to see what's happening. And just like, holy, there's a lot. I got to go out there.
And remember, you're by yourself. There's nobody. There's no MC. There's no act. There's no nothing. You by yourself.
Like for the first 20 minutes, like before PJ comes out, it's just me. You know what I mean? One of my guys, shout out Parma Media, my guy Eyes, he'll come out.
Big him up.
Yeah, you already know what it is. He'll come out, you know, with a champagne bottle, you know, sprayed on or whatever. He'll come out, do his thing. But for the first 20 minutes, it's just me and the crowd just vibing. You know what I mean? And like that was like the real first time when I say, yo, this is something that I really gotta do for the rest of my life. Because when I did that show, it's just like the reaction, you know what I mean, you get from 10,000 people deep, like to control a crowd like that, like you have to know what you're doing. You know what I mean?
And then you probably zone out and go into a zone.
Different.
And it's like when you're done, you almost have to ask somebody, what just happened?
Yeah, like one of my bros that was on the roll with me, he had to come to me and be like, bro, that was your sickest set I've ever heard.
Yeah,
like all even was putting on tunes. I left the DJ booth, went to the front of the stage, hyping them. Like it was just crazy. I was doing some crazy stuff that I would never do, but because I was in this type of vibe, I was just like, it was crazy. Yeah,
amazing. Hey, that's one of your biggest. One of your biggest.
That was probably the biggest show I ever done.
Yeah, that's
sure.
a lot of people watch. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, a lot of people.
You see, we spoke about older DJs earlier.
Yeah.
So then now, there's always a thing with older DJ versus you're not even a new DJ, but we're just going to classify you as that. DJs that didn't have to buy records and carry records. All right. Do you feel, or do they try to make you feel like you're less of a DJ because you didn't buy records and have to bring all these crates around?
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know, like, there is there's a lot of politics in the game. You know that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where, a lot of the older heads or older DJs feel like they should be getting certain things by default. You know what I mean? So now, as a younger, newer generation, you want to call it, coming up, they're like, oh, how does he get that? And da-da-da-da-da. So those things do happen, and I just try to treat it as, well, I just try to stay as humble as possible and not really get caught up in any of that. But unfortunately, it does come my way. Like, even with this game show, to be real with you, like, there's a lot of people that says I should not have any part of the show whatsoever.
Wow. Oh, he wasn't DJing when game was hot and around.
Exactly. I should have no part of it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I feel as if you put yourself in a position and you keep your head down and do what you're supposed to do, things will come to you. You know what I mean? So, but at the same time, there's a lot of older DJs that's been doing it longer than me that I give enough respect to. You know what I mean? And it's a pleasure anytime I get to rub shoulders like, Black's done the place, Steenie, White Boy Rich. Like, I just did a party just the other day with Black. It was we're just talking, you know what I mean? And he's playing, and I'm just standing there watching because I'm just like, oh, what this man's doing is sick. You know what I mean? It's crazy. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's a pleasure to be able to have that kind of camaraderie and work with those guys, you know what I mean? And there's no like, oh, that's a young boy, you know what I mean? Like,
man, do your thing.
It's a vibe thing, you know what I mean? So when I get that type of vibe, it's perfect. But on the flip side, there are people that you have to work with where the chemistry is not there, but because the promoter is the one running the party, he doesn't necessarily know that you don't really vibe with so-and-so, you know what I mean? So you end up in the DJ booth and it's just kind of like, you're kind of warring with each other, like, this man want to play this tune early, or you want to try to rinse out these things just to show you up, and it's kind of like, hey, bro, what are we doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
have you ever been in a situation like that where you actually, he almost was like, almost kind of aggressive to you, but at the end of the night, your skills prove, say, okay, you know what? You're bad.
Yeah, of course. There was a party at Nest, and the guy was on before me. I guess first of all, I think he was upset because he probably felt that he should play later, and so he was actually on the bill before me. Yeah, right. So I got there, whatever. I like to hail up everybody. You know what I mean? I get a bottle, share it with everybody. Just build a vibe. I mean, no problem. Yeah. Him don't want to shake my hand or whatever, or, try to ignore it. Yeah. Pretend I'm not there. You know what I mean? Cool, no problem. Yeah. No worries. And I guess he thought he could try and rinse off a bunch of tunes. And the crazy thing is, my brothers that are there with me, like, yo, the man's playing all the tunes. Like, what you gonna do? Like, you know what I mean? They're confused. They're like, he's in a position. I'm like, don't worry yourself. There's a lot of music. That's what I tell people. So listen, if you want to be that guy and play all them tunes and everybody knows that's what you're doing and it doesn't sound right, because we're like, it's not even 1 o'clock yet and you're busting certain tunes that, people haven't even had their drink yet. Yeah. You know what I mean? People are still coming in. Cool, that's what y'all do, no problem. So I let them do this thing, whatever. And I went on and I reversed the thing, put on a bunch of old tunes and murdered the place. Burned down the place bad. You should have been doing burned down the place bad. And the man had to come to me and then hail me.
Skill. You know what I mean?
So
Skill.
Whatever. It's cool.
That's amazing there. What advice would you give any young DJ trying to break into the business right now?
Honestly, I wish I had somebody to tell me this when I started, just just really focus on your craft.
Yeah.
And just go to other people's events, bro. Like, don't always think about, okay, you know, if I want to go to this place, they might have to pay me, you know, get out of that mindset. Go to other people's parties. If you want to play at Club A, doesn't it make sense to go to Club A?
Yeah.
And find out who's the promoter, who's working here, who's like rub shoulders with these people.
It makes sense.
When I started playing at Gravity before it closed, I went to Gravity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I went to Gravity a bunch on Sunday, and they had Steamy was playing, John Jay was playing, White Boy was playing. I went to that party on a regular basis before I even got the offer. Say, yo, you want to play here? You know what I mean? I went there. So you gotta go and just mix and mingle with these people and find out who's who. You know what I mean? That way,
be around.
Yeah, and you know, you start, you know, you have a drink here and there, whatever, and they say, oh, you know, I'm a DJ too. Oh, really? Yeah, we gotta, you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's how it kind of starts. You can't just, you know, you gotta go out. You gotta
mingle. You gotta network.
And that's even something that I still try to do as much as possible, even with being busy and all the stuff that I got going on. I still like to go to new clubs and you know, mix and mingle with all these people, because it's like, okay, this is, because you know as well as I do, clubs are closing down. You know what I mean? Yeah. So now me working, I still gotta go. New club popping? All right, I gotta go there, check it out.
See what's going on.
See what's popping over here, because this might potentially fill in for when this club goes down.
you see the security guard? He says, hey, legend, what's going on?
Yeah, come in here.
The owner seeing you too and said, hey, you know what? Hey, this is the man right here.
Right.
You got some more work.
For real.
Yeah.
100%.
Just be around.
You gotta be around.
You know what I mean? Just be around. Network. All right. I got a round here called the Rapid Facts. Right, this is a round we get into before I get you out of here. All right? So then let's start. What's the wallpaper on your phone?
DJ logo.
Brandon, so you're even looking at it.
Yeah. Brandon, I lost my phone one time. I'm like, oh, that's Legend's phone.
You see? Smart. That's smart. Okay. What was the last thing you Googled?
Last thing I Googled was, what was the name of a rhythm? Like, I couldn't figure out the rhythm of the song.
Yeah.
So I Googled the song a bunch of times to find out. So I say, for example, if it's an Idonia song, I say Idonia song rhythm.
Yeah. it's gonna come up eventually. So you actually play reggae too?
Yeah, of course.
You know the funny thing with it, I don't remember hearing you play reggae.
Yeah.
It's always trap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's a good DJ.
Yeah, like I try to be as versatile as possible, because like back to what I was saying, like, you know, it's trap, but like throwing a segment of reggae to keep the people them happy, and then keep it moving. Yeah.
All right. Okay. When it comes to food, you prefer fast food or home cooking?
Oh, home cooking. That's
home cooking. All right. Okay. Are you a cooker or a cleaner?
Cleaner.
You're a cleaner. All right. Fair enough. All right. When it comes to music, do you prefer? Okay, let's go genre by genre.
Yeah.
Do you prefer dancehall or lovers rock?
Oh boy, that's a hard one.
Yeah.
That's a real hard one. You know what? I'm gonna say lovers rock, only because when I was younger, those are tunes that was playing at the home barbecues. If you look at the home videos, you know, you hear the Barris and you know what I mean, the tunes that I play, right? So I have to say lovers rock. Yeah.
Lovers rock. Okay. Yeah. When it comes to hip hop or trap?
Oh, jeez. I'm gonna say trap, because that's what's happening right now.
Okay. And what's the real difference between hip hop and trap?
I want to say hip hop is more like, it's more like a vibe. Like you can listen, you can hear a hip hop song that's not necessarily a turn up song. Yeah. But you're listening to it, you know, on the highway, driving home, you're just bop your head, vibing, you know what I mean? That's hip hop. Yeah. Trap music is more, it's a setting. Like, you gotta, if you're gonna listen to trap music, you're at the gym working out hard.
It's turn up music.
Or you're at the club turning up. That's the main, I'll probably say the main difference.
Got you. Okay, good answers. Okay, who's the last person you called or text?
Oh, last person I called, that's wifey.
Yeah. Big up wifey. Yeah. You know what I mean? Okay, where was the last place you've been on vacation? Not work, vacation.
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Yeah.
Okay, good one. What is your hobby?
Hobby right now? I actually just started, so back in the day, my dad used to be really into RC cars, remote control cars.
Okay.
We actually owned like a track.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was called Pit Lane Raceway back in the day. This was in Oshawa a long time ago.
Okay.
So I just started getting back in. I wanted to go open up one of the old barrels.
Yeah.
And seen all the RC cars to pick out one, started fixing it back and
that would be
little,
man. Those were wicked. Some of them would be on shocks and stuff
Yes, man.
Wow. What did you want to be when you were growing up?
I want to be a chef, believe it or not.
Chef, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the last song playing in your car?
The last song playing in the car, actually on the way here, was I don't even remember. I don't even know the name of the song, but it put it in drive. I'll be outside. I'll be I can't remember the name right now, but that's what's playing on the
All right. When it comes to food, do you prefer curry goat or oxtail?
Boy, what kind of question you ask? Can't answer that question. That's a hard one. It's a real hard one. Okay, I'm only gonna say oxtail only because I set my wife if you pick up something. So that's the only reason I can say that one.
That usually catches people.
Very hard one.
Yeah. Okay, you think that's hard? This one is real hard. What's your favorite song of all time?
Oh my God. Jeez, I gotta really think about this one for a minute. It's a hard one. Favorite song? Does it matter what genre?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Favorite song of all time? Off the top of my head, I have to try and narrow it down. Mary J. Blige, Real Love.
Yeah, big song. Big song. Good one. Okay. Who is your favorite artist of all time?
Favorite artist of all time? I gotta say Prince.
Yeah.
Because he was never afraid to step outside the box when it came to fashion, when it came to music, and he just like the way, and obviously being a Canadian, it was just like the way he was able to stack up against artists. You can't even really, and plus you can't forget the Super Bowl halftime show. I mean, that thing was just legendary.
Yeah. What's your favorite sport?
Football. For sure.
Okay. One word you say too much.
Still.
Okay. Are you an early bird or a night owl?
Night owl, for sure.
Okay. For sure. Your favorite social media platform and why?
Instagram, because it's kind of incorporated all the other platforms. So it's incorporated Snapchat with the stories. I could post something, it'll go to Facebook, it'll go to Twitter. Yeah. So I find myself on that more than all the other ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It makes sense.
Yeah.
That was the end of the rapid facts. Yeah. Now the floor is yours.
Yes.
Anything you want to say, anybody you want to big up, anything you want to tell anybody, any inspiration, the floor is yours.
Okay. You already know what it is. Shout out to Limewire Musica, Young Legend in the building. Just want to say, keep the positive vibes. 2019, let's get to the money. Let's focus on the business. You know what I mean? Let's leave out the negativity because, streets are hot right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No more of that. Let's get to the business. Keep it focused. And, you know what I mean? Let's make 2019 all about success. You know what I mean? Just forget about the negative vibes. You know what I mean? And just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that this year are really going to be upset with a lot of things that's happening, you know what I mean? But I feel that, I've kept it humble as much as possible. Now it's time to really push forward and let it rip. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, 100.
So, you already know what it is.
All right. Give them some booking info, some contact info where they could follow you on social media.
Of course. You already know what it is. You can check me out on Instagram at DJ Young Legend. Check me out on Twitter too, Young Legend 1990. And you already know what it is. Bunch of parties every week. Got a party tomorrow night, private Thursdays. That's over at the Vault nightclub on Queen Street. One of the hottest parties on a Thursday night. You already know what it is, Young Legend.
All right. Legend.
Appreciate you.
Amazing. You know? Listen, it's always lovely. Pleasure. From back then until right now.
Listen, the people that need to know that, listen, this is, if you're somebody, you're on the show. You get me?
Right here. You know this. You know what I mean? You know this. Legend. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you so very much for coming through.
Of course.
This is Muscle for another Entertainment Report podcast, and we are out. This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusichut.com.